Hey, my fellow YouTube friends, got a video for you I'd like to share, but I can only share, a small part of it right now because I'm sure it will get my channel removed. I'll get another strike and the channel will be taken down and I will no longer have a voice on YouTube anymore. And I've already invested a lot of time and energy in this second channel. My first YouTube channel was abolished because I questioned the effectiveness and actually personal safety of doing this all the time. I just questioned it for myself. It was a good idea, and my whole channel was removed. So I have to tiptoe lightly on YouTube. But I haven't posted anything along these lines for a while because I'm being cautious. But on other formats, I can be a lot more outspoken and honest and forthright, such as Telegram and even with my friends on WhatsApp and Signal. So we can converse on those formats. It'd be a lot better than on YouTube. But I care about you out there, your YouTube subscribers, all 164 of you, I think, and appreciate you following my channel. And I know mostly it's an entertainment channel, but right now we've got to dig deep and realize there's a lot of serious stuff going on in the world. This first pandemic that happened in 2020, this was all definitely planned ahead of time. And there's a lot of evidence in this 30-minute video. I'll send any of you if you'd like to watch it. It's well produced, well put together. And a lot of clips are just taken right straight from Bill Gates himself talking about it, Fauci, you know, the WHO people. So there's no manipulation of people's voices or anything. This is just straightforward, showing you what they were predicting it already ahead of time. And now they're predicting there will be another one. Gates has already said this too. There's going to be another one, much worse. The next one could have potentially a much higher mortality rate. Some experts are indicating it might be in the range of 50%. It could be that high this time instead of the 1% that it was last time. You know, maybe it'll be more in the order of somewhere in between, maybe 15, 20, 30%. But let's face it, if we have one with that kind of mortality rate, it's not going to be good for planet Earth or for the economies or anything. Well, everything will be shambles. The economy is just about shot right now in the United States with inflation, very weak leadership we have with this Democratic Party. But hey, if the Republicans are in, it wouldn't be much better. It doesn't matter. They're part of the same system. So we know that we're in a, as they call it, a reset. But yeah, they're resetting everything on the world today. And we've never seen anything like this before. Never before. Not since the Great Depression in the last century, and then of course they had to drum up World War II to get us out of the Depression, so it seemed. And let's hope they're not planning something like that again, because we never want to repeat the horrors of what happened in the World War II in that last century. I was not around during the war, but I was born shortly after it, and believe me, that's just not the way we want to go. This whole thing in Ukraine right now, it's largely the fault of the United States. They've been dabbling over there, messing with it for years, stirring up trouble. If they would have left well enough alone and just respected those people and their sovereignty, we would have no problem in Ukraine right now. But America feels like it's got to be the policeman of the world, going around freeing everybody from other people's governmental systems, and whatever it's communism or not, it's not the role of the United States government to do that, but they are playing that role. They have been for a long time. The government in my country, not me, but you know what I'm saying. So I'll be happy to send this video to any of you that want to send me your address, whether it's an email, a link to text it, or I can send it via Signal, Telegram, WhatsApp, any of those, or even Viber if you like. And I'll do my best to get it to you. And then there's another YouTube video on here that I'd also like to show you, and I'll do that in the next segment coming up. This is the first one I want to show you right now, and here's a little bit of it.
Do it right. I mean, you have to go for one voice, one message. You have to be omnipresent that first day or the first days, so that you attract the media attention. You make an agreement with them that you will tell them all, and if they call, you will pick up the phone. When you do that, then you can profit from these early days to get complete carpet coverage of the field, and they're not going to search for alternative voices there, and they're not going to search for alternative voices there. I use their...
Now, do you understand? This was before the pandemic hit. These were people talking to other officials about how to prepare for it when it comes.
Sir Donaldson's quote, where he said that in the UK, by the peak of the epidemic, 40 people would die per day at the end of the summer. So 62 at that time million people in UK, 40 deaths a day. I worked it out for Belgium. That would be 7 deaths a day at the peak of the epidemic. I used that in the media. 7 Belgian flu deaths per day at the peak of the epidemic would be realistic. That is true in every year, even interpandemically. That is very, very conservative. However, talking about fatalities is important because when you say that, people say, wow, what do you mean? People die because of influenza? And that was a necessary step to take. And then, of course, a couple of days later, you had the first H1N1 death in the country. And the scene was set and it was already talked about. And the scene was set and it was already talked about. And then you had to pick who is going to be vaccinated first. And then, well, women and children first, whatever. I mean, risk groups, they were important. And then I misused the fact that the top football soccer clubs in Belgium inappropriately and against all agreements vaccinated they made their soccer players priority people.
Okay, that's just a little taste. There's a lot more information in this 30-minute video that I think you're going to want to hear. So send me your information if you're interested. If you're not, that's cool. I don't really care either way. But if you would like the link to this video, let me hear from you. Okay, friends? God bless you all. Be well. Be safe as always.